Once again, just a brief moment of calm here at the venue hosting these championships. The St. Jakobshalle in Basel opened in 1976 and which underwent a splendid looking renovation in 2018, as I'm sure you can see. Very famous as the home of the Swiss indoors ATP tennis tournament. A gentleman called Roger Federer has won that 10 times. Local player, seems to have done quite well in his career.
Salvatore Maresca
won that and everything else. Now then, let's introduce the competitors in the men's still rings competition. Salvatore Maresca making his European Championship debut, the third strongest in qualification. Eleftherios Petrounias, the top qualifier, one of the very finest, a four-time European champion, the reigning Olympic champion too. Igor Radivillov, gymnast who has had enormous success on the still rings over the years. Van Davtyan of Armenia, the second strongest in qualification and a silver medalist in 2019. Ibrahim Cholak, the reigning world and European champion, joint seventh strongest in qualification. He's got some way to go. Also joint seventh strongest in qualification was Nikita Nagorny of the Russian Federation. Vincent Herk of Austria, the sixth strongest in qualification, the European Championship silver medalist in Mersin last year. Artur Avatisyan of Armenia, the fourth strongest in qualification and the reigning World Universities champion on the still rings. Indeed, Avatisyan, the gentleman who beat Ibrahim Cholak in 2019, shortly before winning that World University title. Jonna Arbateg of Sweden is the sixth strongest qualifier for the women's uneven bars competition. She's already won a couple of European honours. Vladislava Urazova of the Russian Federation, the second strongest qualifier in her senior international debut. Emily Morgan of Great Britain was fourth in the all-around competition and the eighth strongest in the qualification process. Filipa Martins of Portugal, the joint fourth strongest in qualification. Portugal has never won a medal in the Artistic Gymnastics European Championships. Angelina Melnikova, the top qualifier with a superb 14.625 score. Alice D'Amato of Italy, the ninth strongest in qualification with 13.966. Her teammate Georgia Vila, the seventh strongest in qualification, also with that score of 13.966. And Elisabeth Seitz of Germany, the fifth strongest in the all-around competition and the third best performer in the uneven bars qualification with 14.233. She was a bronze medalist in 2017. The start list for the men's still rings competition sees the European champion on 4 occasions, Eleftherios Petrounias, goes second in the order as the top qualifier. Van Davtyan goes fourth. He was the second strongest in qualification. We start with Salvatore Maresca, the third strongest in qualifying. The women's uneven bars begins with Jonna Arbateg of Sweden, the sixth strongest in qualification. We then see the second strongest, Vladislava Urazova. Angelina Melnikova is the top qualifier. She goes fifth in the order. We finish with Elisabeth Seitz, the third strongest in qualification. Well, Blythe, we arrive at a still rings final that really seems like it's very open and with some great competitors.
Well, there are some big names in this final, notably Ibrahim Cholak, the reigning world champion, and Eleftherios Petrounias, the reigning Olympic champion. Seeing them go head-to-head is certainly going to be interesting.
Don't discount this man, Salvatore Maresca of Italy. If you get to represent Italy on the still rings at any international competition, you've already won a large part of the battle. And he is the reigning national champion. That means a huge amount. 27-year-old from Napoli, making his senior European Championship debut.
Still rings are said to have originated in Italy. For a time they were called the Roman rings, actually, at the turn of the 20th century. And the Italians have a wonderful tradition. These strength positions that he is showing, and showing very well, need to be held for at least 2 seconds in order to receive full credit and not get a deduction. He seems to have no problem with that. Demonstrating great control so far.
You wait and wait and wait for an opportunity, and then you take it. That's the story of Salvatore Maresca. Jostling to get to the top of the pack and to get to the Italian national team at a European Championships, and boy did he grasp that like he grasped those.
This was beautiful from start to finish. Still rings is really about angles in this strength part. Is he parallel to the floor? And this, the full twisting double layout dismount. And just stuck cold. What a wonderful routine from beginning to end.
They seem reasonably pleased with that display from Salvatore Maresca. We begin the women's uneven bars competition with Jonna Adlerteg of Sweden, 6th strongest in qualification with a score of 14. She is a veteran performer on this apparatus, still only 25, and twice a silver medalist.
Starts off with a big release skill called a shang, and just a little flicker of leg separation, leg bending on that pack salto. That full twisting pack salto, Bahardwaj. Does a classic Hindor to get, oh excuse me, classic Shapashnikova to get back up to the high bar.
Oh, well recovered, Jonna Adlerteg. There were moments in that routine where it looked as though she was at risk of coming off the apparatus, but she's a steely and highly experienced competitor on the uneven bars and really rescued that, actually.
She did a very nice job of hanging on, quite literally, to this routine. And the way to get a big score on uneven bars these days is through big release skills, and she certainly did that. And also through combinations of release skills and transitions, release on the high bar, transition with flight back down to the low, and immediately another transition back up to the high bar. That's what we're going to be seeing from the medal contenders in this uneven bars final. Dismount, double layout.
The gymnast whose all-around performance at the World Championships in 2019 secured her a berth at the Tokyo Olympic Games. Salvatore Maresca has a 14.9 score, his execution 8.7. Whether he can stay in the market with some of the difficulty that is to come will be interesting to see. It is Eleftherios Petrounias of Greece, the reigning Olympic champion, European champion for 4 consecutive years, from 2015 through to 2018. It's not been plain sailing for him of late, especially with the Olympic Games on the horizon, but he comes into this as the top qualifier with 15.366. He is a master at this.
Very nice and unusual start, showcasing his incredible strength. One thing that he tends to do that's a little different from everybody else on still rings is he flares out his fingers in these strength moves. Takes plenty of strength just to do the moves themselves, but to do that with your hands, that shows everybody how truly strong he is. So far, so good.
So far, so good indeed from Eleftherios Petrounias. How glorious it is to see him break into such a smile during a time of consternation when thinking about his path to the future, whatever that might be, whether it involves the Olympic Games or not. He has just the most remarkable geometry in what he does on the still rings. His shoulder presentation is level. As you say, Blythe, the flaring out of the fingers. It doesn't just say I'm in control, it says I'm in more control than anyone else that does this.
Very nice control as well on this double twisting, double tuck dismount. Small hop back, but he has set the standard, not just on the European level, but on the world level for so many years.
This is a gymnast who took a 3-year break from the sport due to fatigue when he was a teenager. Came back. Great message for young athletes. You can do that. 13.666 for Adlertech. Now here is an athlete that it is most exciting to get the chance to see. 16-year-old making her senior international debut, Vladislava Urazova of the Russian Federation, the second strongest in qualification. She's the reigning national champion on the uneven bars.
Very exciting gymnast on all apparatus. We didn't get to see her in the all-around final because she finished lower than 2 of her teammates, but she had a very high placement. Does really clean gymnastics. And one of the things that sets her apart is that on this event she's very good at finishing her pirouettes right on top of the bar. And pirouettes need to be finished within 10 degrees of vertical to avoid deductions, and just has a smooth, silky swing. Great combinations too.
That's an accomplished beginning to her senior international career. Vladislava Urazova. She was part of the Russian team that took the silver medal at the Junior European Championships in Glasgow in 2018.
This is a move that was originated by Victoria Komova, also a terrific uneven bar swinger for Russia for many years. Just such smoothness in her work. Dismount full twisting double tuck in combination will get her some difficulty points.
This is going to be a big number. Oh, it's going to be a big number. 15.4 for Eleftherios Petrounias. Gymnast who had his first child not so long ago. His second child, in fact. Time flies, doesn't it? My goodness me. Igor Radivilov to compete on the still rings. 5th strongest in qualification.
One of the stalwarts of the Ukrainian men's team for more than a decade now. He has won so many medals on this apparatus. And look at that, Jonason to inverted cross. Wonderful Maltese as well. So much difficulty and handles it all so well. Double twisting, double tuck to end. Very good landing, finds the floor.
One of those competitors who you just trust to step up and to deliver in a major competition.
Another look at that. One of the highlights of the routine is Jonassen straight to inverted cross. Great angle on this planche. Gymnast must demonstrate swing to handstand at least once in the routine. He shows giant into very nice double twisting, double tack.
The next to go, exchanging solidarity with the gymnast who has just gone into the lead, is Vladislava Urozova. 14.333. She occupies the provisional gold medal position with many competitors to come. Down a little bit from qualification, just by shy of a couple of tenths. To Emily Morgan of Great Britain, who was the 8th strongest in qualification with a score just below the 14 mark. 4th in the all-around yesterday.
Heike Jaeger gets her into this routine. We'll see here, big sequence. Reachna to pack. This is the Maloney transition, and another in combination directly to the Bahardwaj. Finally, a Van Leuven. Unusual dismount coming up here. Toe on, front with a half.
We've spoken at length of the feeling of calmness that one gets when one watches Emily Morgan, when one talks to Emily Morgan. She's a gymnast whose personality and attitude seems to come across in the gymnastics that she produces.
Precise, deliberate, and so calm in all of her work.
And as we've already seen so far today, it's a good day to be precise, deliberate, and calm. Not that there's any day in gymnastics where it isn't a good day to be precise, deliberate, and calm, but it particularly seems to be the case today that some competitors who don't necessarily have enormous difficulty by comparison are delivering the execution, and Morgan had a 5.8 difficulty in qualification, the second lowest of all applicable qualifiers. Igor Radivillov with 14.666 goes into the bronze medal position. Gymnast who won the title in Moscow in 2013. To Van Davtyan of Armenia, second strongest in qualification, 14.966. He's a wonderful gymnast on this apparatus, a silver medalist in 2016 in Switzerland and in Szczecin 2 years ago. He also finished 4th in 2018, 5th in 2014. He's always around the discussion for medals. Van, the name of an ancient Armenian god, the god of courage and the god of victory.
Without question, one of the very best in Europe on this apparatus. Jonassen to a Maltese. Pushes down into the iron cross, flares those fingers out.
He does very well just to hold that landing at the end as control seemed to be lost. He does have a certain elegance to the work that he produces on this apparatus.
He really does, and he's got so much style, especially with the fingers flared out. That doesn't get you anything in difficulty, but it seems to be a mark of honor amongst some of the best gymnasts that they can do that.
He's one of those athletes who, when he's in a strength position, he's got this look of a statue about him. He's really frozen, his face doesn't move. Some competitors, including the gentleman we're going to see next, will flash you a little cheeky grin during those strength holds. Davtyan just keeps himself highly composed, and it has been a very fine day for the Davtyan family already. Can he join his sibling? Emily Morgan picks up a score of 14.1. She's in the silver medal position. Now then, Filipa Martins of Portugal, the joint fourth strongest in qualification. She has a lovely routine, and she's a gymnast who, at 25, just seems to be getting better and better and better.
She has a great combination in this routine. Comes up after her first release. This is a Hindorf. And now she'll do it again with a half twist to regrasp right into an Ezova.
It's such a difficult skill, isn't it? Such a difficult sequence.
It is such an unusual and highly difficult sequence. So hard to master.
Calmly, she goes about reacquainting herself with the apparatus.
She has impressed everyone with the composition of this routine and with her form and style. Repeats the Ezova. Toe Stalder full through to Maloney, through to Pack Salto.
Sometimes when the gymnast loses their grip on the apparatus once, it can lead to a little bit of a cascade. Just set something in context for Filipa Martins. She's qualified for the Olympic Games, courtesy of her excellent performance at the World Championships in 2019.
And she has done this routine successfully, beautifully even, twice already here in Basel. And this could be one of the big routines of the Olympic Games. Just a matter of refinement.
We'll see more of her. We'll see much more of Filipa Martins. She is heading to the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Not her day today here in Basel, but it has been overall her week in Basel. She has performed well.
And just catches this Hindorf half, unfortunately. Not in a good position to be able to get the swing that she needed to do the release. And if you're a little bit off on those, it's really hard to make it work.
I mean, when you look at that replay again, she did unbelievably to get as far as she actually did in almost making that connection.
She did.
Graduate of sports science from the University of Porto. She has aspirations to go into coaching and teaching when she retires. Just outside of medal contention is Vagan Davtyan, 14.658. What of this gentleman? We have this fascinating opportunity to see the reigning Olympic and the reigning world champion in the same final. He's also the reigning European champion, Ibrahim Cholak. The leader, Eleftherios Petrounias, 15.4. Cholak in qualification, 14.733. but he can pull out a barnstormer when it comes to a final.
We've talked about the precision and beauty that permeates Turkish gymnastics, and he shows it on the still rings. Wonderful extension, wonderful toe point. There is an elegance to everything he does. And the smile, that's a trademark in the Iron Cross.
That's called the Cholak, that skill, isn't it?
He does actually have a skill named for him on the still rings, but I don't think we're going to see it here. Just a little hesitation in that handstand.
Hops back as he lands. He is pleased by the looks of things. Is he going to be going close to the score set by Eleftherios Petrounias? No doubt, though, that Cholak is one of the serious contenders for glory in the summer. He's already assured himself of a qualification place at the Olympic Games.
It's a Yamawaki through to Jonassen. Combination used by a lot of the ring specialists, and he connects it to a Maltese cross. The Iron Cross.
Into the Cholak.
Into the Cholak. And double front blind landing.
Qualified teacher from Ege University. Felipa Martins scores 11.333. She's in fourth position at the halfway mark of the competition led by Russia's Vladislava Urazova. Can her teammate Angelina Melnikova change things? 14.625 in qualification, the best that we saw. However, in the all-around final, problematic.
Well, intrigue right here. This is where it went a bit wrong for her in the all-around final, but when it goes right, this is a gorgeous routine. In-bar blind through to the Pike Jaeger. That's what she missed in the all-around final. No problems today.
As you said, when it goes right, boy does it go right, and it went right there. Angelina Melnikova. A wonderful display, a certainly contending display. And it is a stylish routine to witness.
Oh, it is. And what she does very well are these in-bar skills where the toes come near the bar, don't actually hit the bar, and she swings out of them. And she's got some really glorious combinations in this routine as well, including this one into the dismount toe stalder full to full twisting double tuck. This was her pack salto, which she connects. Toes go right back onto the bar. Back up to the high bar she goes. And this right up above the bar, finishing the twist. Excellent stuff.
For Ibrahim Cholak, he goes into the bronze medal position, 14.733, just as was the case in qualification for the reigning world champion. Here is the reigning world all-around champion, Nikita Nagorny. Hit the same score as Cholak in qualifying, 14.733. It is Petrounias, Maresca, and Cholak at the moment. What a display by Maresca. He's sitting in the silver medal position. What can Nagorny do?
Nagorny is a tower of strength on all apparatus, and still rings is a place where he is really able to show it off. right there, just like we saw with Cholak. A little bit of a hesitation, really having to strain to hold that handstand.
It's looking like another beautiful day for Nikita Nagorny. What a performance from him. It just doesn't matter what you throw at him, what challenge, he just seems to come through it. He so often looks as though he can't believe he's just done a bit of gymnastics.
He can do it all. Vic Jonasson into the Yamawaki. Rolls into an iron cross. You see how he is straining. He makes it look virtually effortless, but it's not. And this looked effortless too. Double twisting, double tuck, and bang, right on.
We'll allow him to feel tired for a moment. Seems fair after all that he's accomplished in the course of this competition. He's a man who looks ready for the challenge that awaits him. First place for Angelina Melnikova, 14.5. She goes into the lead ahead of her teammate Vladislava Urazova. On this occasion, a reverse from the all-around, where it is the more experienced gymnast who goes above their younger teammate. Melnikova has won 3 European Championship titles, yet to win on the uneven bar. She was the silver medalist in 2019, the bronze medalist in 2018. Alice D'Amato of Italy, 9th strongest in qualifying.
Smooth Maloney, uprise Kachev. Does very well to get her right hand around the bar on that Van Leuven. Scoots over to the side in order to do this really nice sequence of pirouettes into her dismount, double front.
Alice D'Amato, the 17-year-old who scored 13.966 in the qualification campaign. She was the bronze medalist at the European Championships in Szczecin in 2019, the last time she competed at the European Championships.
Catches this Kachev just a little bit close. You see the bent elbows. And then the right hand actually overshooting just a little bit, but she deals with it successfully. One of the trademarks of Italian uneven bars, these forward pirouettes. She does hers into the double front dismount, blind landing.
Part of that team that took the bronze medal for Italy at the World Championships. 15.033. Now he's a ring specialist. Silver medal position for Nikita Nagorny. He still looks like he can't quite believe that just happened. Much to ponder for Vincent Herk, the Austrian gymnast, a lovely competitor on the still ring. Silver medalist at the European Championships last year, the first Austrian medal since Hans Sauter won pommel horse bronze in 1955. 6th strongest in qualifying was Herk.
Amplitude on his swinging combination. Such deliberation and attention to detail in everything that he does.
He's a very fine gymnast, is Vincent Herk, and he's an athlete who has made quite a comeback from a series of complicated injuries. He was the junior European champion right back in the day, 2014. It took so long for him to really break through to senior competition. It's really encouraging when you see a gymnast in their mid-20s start to produce their best ever work. We've seen that a lot at these championships. Really does get those knees tucked in nice and tightly.
Caps it off with a full twisting double layout.
The problem is the kind of number that's needed now. It's 14.9 that occupies bronze medal position. It's going to be a really tight scrap to get in amongst the medals. Alice D'Amato has 13.7. She's in 4th place. She will not repeat that bronze medal from the European Championships in 2019. Strong display nonetheless. Italy's Giorgia Villa, 7th strongest in qualifying.
A big 4-element combination here. Kachev, Pak Salto, directly to the Maloney, and a Bahardwaj. There's the Van Leuven. Like her teammate. The pirouettes. And full twisting double tuck. Stuck.
Absolutely stuck from Giorgia Villa. Silver medalist on the uneven bars at the Youth Olympic Games in Buenos Aires. And she was part of that Italian team that just made history and delighted people at the World Championships in 2019. Incredible bronze medal winning performance.
Handled the difficulty in this routine really well. We've seen some very nice, very calm work on the uneven bars. And this one of the highlights of the routine, full twisting, double tuck. Beautiful down to the toe point.
That's a quality display from Giorgia Villa. Vincent Herg, 14.666 for him. 6th position, just priced a little bit out of the market in terms of some of the other competitors that we've seen. We have one to go. It is Artur Avatisyan of Armenia. We've already seen fine things from the Armenian team so far today. This is the reigning World University champion. 23-year-old was the 4th strongest in qualification with 14.833. The facts are simple. He must improve upon that. If he is to make it onto the podium, he needs 14.9 plus. Really does make a bold display of the opening up of the hands. Lightness of a feather, this touch.
Great control, that Yamawaki through to handstand. And Jonas into Maltese. Good planche. Just a little bit arched at the beginning of that handstand.
A most worthy contender for honours is Artur Avatisyan. In that final in Napoli at the World University Games, he beat Vincent Herg and Ibrahim Cholak into joint 2nd place. This is a man who can deliver high quality performances that take down some of the best competitors, and this was strong.
Very strong work indeed. Nice combination of sort of a sequence where he did his strength elements and then another sequence where he did his swing elements. And he capped everything off with perhaps the best full twisting double layout dismount that we have seen. Straight as a pencil and stuck.
Not surprised that he reacts in that way. That really is going to make things interesting. Nearly for Georgia Vila. Fourth position, a score of 14 for her, just a 10th behind Amelie Morgan. So as things currently stand in the women's uneven bars final, it is Melnikova, Urazova and Morgan, but coming up is one of the strongest on this piece, Elisabeth Seitz of Germany, third strongest in qualification.
Always a contender for medals on the uneven bars. Uprise Stalder Kachev. Oh.
Well, Elisabeth Seitz coming off the apparatus, and consequently the destination of the medals is likely to be set in stone now. But let us just take a moment to remind ourselves she finished 5th in the all-around competition yesterday. It was a superb display from the 27-year-old. Concludes the routine in the way that she intended to, but it was the earlier problem that has led to that reaction from Elisabeth Seitz.
Well, it was a great recovery. You could see just as she taps to handstand, there was a little tiny bit of a hesitation, and that might have thrown her timing off when it came to this pike Jaeger. But didn't she do well to recover and do the rest of the routine just as cleanly and smoothly as she always does it?
One would expect nothing less from a gymnast of the accomplishments of Elisabeth Seitz, 5 times a German all-around national champion and a top performer yesterday, was really in the discussion. Well, we're going to bring you confirmation of the score for Artur Avetissian in just a moment, but I think you can see there it is, 14.866. The reaction from Salvatore Maresca told you what you needed to, which is that he has made it onto the European Championship podium. Great display from Avetissian, though he was so close. 14.9 to 14.866, separating bronze from 4th place. The final standings in the men's still rings competition, with Italy's Salvatore Maresca taking a bronze medal in his maiden European Championship bow. Nikita Nagorny of the Russian Federation takes the silver and proves he can hang up there with the still ring specialist. But it's Eleftherios Petrounias who is once again champion of Europe. You can't keep him down. Eleftherios Petrounias, once again continental champion. But my word, Nikita Nagorny showing what he's capable of on that apparatus too. 5th time though that Petrounias has been the champion of Europe. So we await clarification of the final standings in the women's uneven bars competition. The tough day for Elisabeth Seitz, 13.033 her score. But remember, if you will, just how well she performed in the all-around, finishing 5th yesterday. The classified results in the women's uneven bars competition: a bronze for Great Britain's Emily Morgan, a silver to Vladislava Ulazova of the Russian Federation, and a gold medal to Angelina Melnikova of the Russian Federation. And she's just gone up by one level in each of the past 3 European Championships to take uneven bars gold. Let's have a look back at the best moments of the men's still rings final.
European Artistic Gymnastics Championships 2021 in Basel, Siegerehrung der Kunst- und Europameisterschaft Basel 2021.
Well, a chance here to look back at some of the finest moments of the women's uneven bars competition. How's your dancing coming along? Hopefully you've got all of those moves absolutely secure by now. And we're going to see the presentation to gymnasts who certainly have got their moves secure. A splendid still rings final.
Award Ceremony, Ringsman, Siegerehrung, Ringe der Männer. In third place and winner of the bronze medal, representing Italy. Auf dem dritten Platz und Gewinner der Bronzemedaille für Italien, Salvatore Maresca.
Welcome to the European Championships, Salvatore Maresca. Here's your prize, a bronze medal in the still rings competition. The 27-year-old has waited and waited for this chance,
Gewinner der
and it's
Silbermedaille
paid off.
für die russische Föderation, Nikita Nagorny.
The silver medal to Nikita Nagorny, who finds himself on the podium once again.
In first place,
Fourth medal
the winner of the gold medal and European champion 2021, Ringsman, representing Greece. Auf dem ersten Platz, Gewinner der Goldmedaille und Europameister 2021 an den Ringen der Männer. Für Griechenland, Eleftherios Petronias.
He is your reigning Olympic champion, and he is once again your reigning European champion. Eleftherios Petronias of Greece, 5 times champion of the continent. And a display that shows that he still has mastery over this apparatus.
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor to the winner, please stand for the national
And now the national anthem
of Greece.
of Greece.
Meine Damen und Herren, zu Ehren des Siegers hören Sie nun die Nationalhymne von Griechenland. Congratulations!
The lyrics
Herzlichen
contain the
Glückwunsch,
lines,
den besten
I recognize you by your
Turner an den
face.
Ringen.
I recognize you by the fearsome sharpness. We will always recognize the face of that man, no matter what the future holds. Eleftherios Petrunius is once again the European champion.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Joining him on the podium,
Und weiter
Nikita
geht's mit der
Nagorny
nächsten
and
Siegerehrung.
Salvatore Maresca.
Continue with the next award ceremony.
And for
Please
Maresca,
welcome
that's
our
another of
successful
those
athletes. Bitte begrüßen Sie
occasions
unsere
where a bronze
erfolgreichen
medal is going to feel
Turnerinnen.
like a gold one. It's one of the great cliches that we use in sport, but all cliches are born out of truth, and certainly the case for Salvatore Maresca. The victory ceremony for the women's uneven bars competition at Basel 2021, the European Championships of Artistic Gymnastics.
Award ceremony uneven bars, Siegerehrung am Stufenbarren. In third place and winner of the bronze medal, representing Great Britain. Auf dem dritten Platz und Gewinnerin der Bronzemedaille für Großbritannien, Emily Morgan.
Senior international honours for Emily Morgan, the bronze medalist on the uneven
In
bars.
second place and winner of the silver
More
medal,
success for Great
representing the
Britain
Russian Federation.
and their women's
Auf
team
dem
at these
zweiten Platz und
championships.
Gewinnerin der Silbermedaille für die russische Föderation, Vladislava Urasova.
Senior international debutant Vladislava Udasova of the Russian Federation takes the silver medal.
In first place, winner of the gold medal and European champion 2021 uneven bars, representing the Russian Federation. Auf dem ersten Platz, Gewinnerin der Goldmedaille und Europameisterin 2021 am Stufenbarren für die russische Föderation, Angelina Melnikova.
2018, the bronze medal on the uneven bars. 2019, the silver medal. 2021, she is the champion of Europe. And it is the fourth time that Angelina Melnikova has been a European champion, but the first on the uneven bars. And as a result,
Ladies and
we shall
gentlemen, in
hear
honor to the winner,
the national
please
anthem
stand for the national
of the
anthem
Russian
of the
Federation.
Russian Federation. Meine Damen und Herren, zu Ehren der Siegerin hören Sie nun die Nationalhymne der Russischen Föderation. Congratulations to the
11-time medalist at continental level, Angelina Tonikova, and 4 times a champion is to add to her team title from Switzerland in 2016. Her floor title in 2017 and her team gold once again in Glasgow in 2018. And so that brings to a close our coverage on this first day of apparatus finals at the European Championships of 2021. Blythe, what a fascinating day.